Welcome back, everyone. In the previous session, we have looked at an end to end machine learning project of house prediction. So, in today's session, even though we are not going to be looking at building the entire project, we are going to be looking at few key things like how to inspect data, test data, visualize data in the upcoming sessions. So, this is very important in every professional data scientist everyday life, right? Know that better data understanding always leads to a better machine learning models. So consider next set of learning items to be like a basics with the machine learning project. So in this session we are going to be looking at how we can load dataset correctly, understand the data that we are given to work, inspect every column, find missing values, and visualize the data. So here, as you see, uh, we have imported pandas to uh, read the data and Matplotlib to plot the data. Right. First thing is we are able to load the data quickly using read CSV with the specific dataset that we have, and head gives us first few rows with all the different columns and the values that are there in the dataset. So this should become an habit, looking at columns immediately with the dataset, with a given dataset. So think about how we could tackle a million different columns, and what would be the challenge when such data is given, right? So next thing is shape of the dataset, uh, which gives us the number of rows and columns. Next, uh, we look at information. This gives us an observation on how what kind of values each column hold, right? And any missing values and such things can be figured out here, or uh, it gives us an information where there are null values in a specific column and with a count number, right? So that's an information method which is very helpful. Next is describe method. This helps us summarize the columns quickly, like having to understand what is the mean, standard values, and maximum value in the column, and minimum value, and 25% of the value or 75% of the value, right? So yeah, this is very helpful. This helps us make the problem discovery much simpler, and helps us the gaps in how the data is placed, right? So next is value counts. So this gives us a count of all the values in a specific category. For example, 52 has these many rows of data, and the lowest one is an age of 1 which has only 4 data, and 2 has 58. So that gives us a quick inference on how house age and how many different data we have, right? Next we have is null, which helps us understand or quickly know if there are any null values in any of the columns in the housing dataset. That's the whole idea of is null and sum. So next thing is we are looking at histogram charts. This helps us um, understand if specific features are really useful, or any outliers, or any features that are really required to consider a lot more than another feature. For example, latitude, longitude has some meaning to it, and house age and medium increment show some sort of charge, while these other values doesn't really have any significance to it because it's just a straight histogram, but there are variations to medium increment and house age, right? So yeah, that was a simple uh, look at the different methods in Pandas and Matplotlib, and how a data scientist would import a data, understand the data quickly, and make some meaningful insights to start out with a machine learning problem. So, uh, I hope you found something helpful in this session. If you are enjoying this session, please do like and subscribe to my channel and share this to anybody that is looking to learn machine learning. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.